Roll spit, burn rubber all day, representing Rose Gold to the fullest. I'm about to try to get through these bars, King bars actually, on 247hh.com. We the same, little different like a homonym. Nigga cold, ain't he sister, that's your mama kin. Me take a loss, that's a problem. See me do my job, walk away like Obama them. Kinda grim when he kinda gram. You say you love me, show me baby like a sonogram. Nah, I ain't heard that new code, bitch, I'm not a fan. Niggas repeat the same pattern, that's a monogram. Wham, bam, I am a new. Kane always with me like I am a noob. Raised hell, then you think I'm in the ominous mood, and I got all this bape on you thinking I'm in the zoo. I'm in the booth, slide in the groove, how I get through these lines like Innovatorz. We the same, little different like a homonym. At the time I found out what a homonym was, it's like, it's the same thing, but it's different. So that's us, because I'm different than you, right? Clearly a fire bar. Nigga cold, ain't he, sister, that's your mama kin. So I'm cold, ain't I, with ain't he, right? And your auntie, your auntie, your aunt is your mama's kin, sister. Nigga cold, ain't he, sister, that's your mama kin. Ain't I cold, sister, that's your mama kin. That's a fucking bar that nobody got, okay? See me do my job, walk away like Obama and them, right? Like they just walked away because they were the greatest, right? They were the dopest shit ever. The Obamas, forever first family, and they did what the fuck they were supposed to do, and they walked away into the sunset. You see them every once in a while, but you know, wham bam, I am a new, right? So when I walk away, I'm a new person, like I'm this new being, right? Kane, my wife's name is her name is Keena, but we call her Keena. I've been calling her Keena Kane because she's a fucking gangster since she was little, right? So I call her Kane. Her whole family call her Kane or whatever. So Kane always with me like I am a Noop, right? That's a Kappa. Kappas do their steps, and you know the fraternities they had they do their steps with they twirl the cane, right? So Kane always with me like I am a Noop. I wear a lot of bait, raise hell, then you think I'm in the ominous mood. I forgot what ominous means, but it's a fucked up mood to be in, right? So when you raise hell, look it up. Maybe you want to put that shit with the definition of ominous right here. It makes sense. I can't remember right now because I'm off the sauce. I got all this bape on. You think I'm in the zoo, right? Bathing apes in the zoo. Slide in the booth. I'm in the groove. How I get through these lines, right? I'm in Innovatorz. That's a fucking bar, right? I need to pat myself on the back, right? Innovatorz is a lineman that gets through lines. That's his job, is to get through these lines. How do I get through these lines? Like I'm in Innovatorz, one of the best, right? I forgot a fire bar. You say you love me, show me baby, like a sonogram. That was one of them bars that I was like, I can't believe nobody ever like flipped that shit. That was a fire bar. You say you love me, show me baby. You gotta show me baby. Show me baby. What is showing a baby? A sonogram. Okay, go. Come from the soul like I'm pasta the noose. Ooh. Rest in heaven, my nigga G's, Lil Solomon too. Do. Who in the hell doing this well? I swear that I can train a nigga like the 2 in the L. My crew in the field, crew in the field. No bail so you can get behind these bars like I put you in the jail. The movement is ill too real. Your man spit the pipe it like you grooving the Kales. You better chill, you stupid as hell. 2 in the grill if you in the fear. Oh, rest in heaven, my nigga G. So one of my little bros, man, he was one of the coolest niggas, like one of the realest people. You know those people that like are friends with everybody on every side of the town, and he's everybody's little bro or big homie, little homie, cousin, and he got murdered in like some goofy ass cold blood shit, man. So it was around that time. And it was just a fucked up situation. So I was like, I gotta, like I was thinking that about him at the time, you know what I'm saying? So rest in heaven, my nigga G's. And then another fucked up situation that happened in my hometown is, well actually G's was murdered way before this. Around the time that I wrote the verse, it's a little young cat named Solomon, Lil Solomon. His father was like a little bit younger than me. But it was another like fucked up situation where he was murdered. Like, you know, it's just like, you know, when those kind of things happen to really anybody, it's fucked up. But when it happens to like really good people that, you know, will be like great if they're allowed to be, you know what I'm saying? Like he was like the perfect son, the perfect kid, and it's just like a fucked up, but that's the hood, you know what I'm saying? So I wanted to give a shout out to that, to like my city, and saying like those people that I recognize what's going on. I might not be there, I might not be in the streets or be in the hood, but I recognize what's going on, and I respect the families and all that shit. So that was powerful to me. Rest in heaven, my nigga G's, Lil Solomon too. Do is a statement that is a Pontiac thing. I really don't know what it means, but it's like, yeah, for sure. You know, it's like, nigga, you know, what up, do? Yeah, I got you, do. Who in the hell doing this well? I swear that I can train a nigga like the 2 in the L. That's some New York shit. My crew in the field, crew NFL, niggas for life. Get behind these bars like I put you in a jail. And I said something about R. Kelly. It was a fire bar. I'm the Pied Piper like you grooving the Kales. You stupid as hell if you in the fair, 2 in the grill. I box, right? I got hands. That's really it, man. Like that, you know, go listen to Rose Gold. We are like 5 songs into the next project, but that, you know, I was just trying to think of some like quote unquote king bars that I feel, you know, people may have missed, you know what I'm saying? I think a lot of us that put so much into it, like, you know, like the Marv ones or the Ty Ferrises or, you know, Name Tag, like the Clear Soul Forces, like the list goes on in Detroit, Guilty, and, you know, I could be here all night doing this, right? But I think us that put so much into every line and every, you know, into syllables, into metaphors, into similes, I think a lot of times we're trying to get this stuff out, man, and I think a lot of people kind of miss it, you know what I'm saying, for whatever reason, you know. It always bugs me how like people listen to, I had this conversation with this chick, right? And she was like, your music goes over my head, right? And I don't, you know, I don't feel it like that. And I'm like, that's cool, I understand that, I get it. But in the same sentence, you say how much you love Kendrick Lamar, right? And Kendrick Lamar they do, you know, him, the J. Cole's of the world, they do stuff with their lyrics that like, so why, like what makes you tune extra into what they're doing, but when you hear a Marv 1 verse, just because you can call Marv 1 or you might see Marv 1, like what's missing there? And I never really understood that, you know what I'm saying? I'm here to speak for those people, you know what I'm saying? Like everywhere I go, people ask me who my favorite MCs is the people that's in my phone, you know what I'm saying? I can call Guilty Simpson, I could call Marv 1, I could call Black Milk, I could call Ty Ferris, I can call Name Tag, I could call Royce the 5'9", I could call Kid Vicious, I could call, like I said, I could do this all night. And those are my favorite MCs, and those are the people that can't nobody on this planet touch. Starting off in my rap career, right, I started off as a DJ. So I was like, I was a DJ for Binary Star, for Subterraneous Records, and I was a DJ, that's what I did. So when I started rapping, I really didn't want people in my business. I really didn't want people knowing how I felt about certain topics, how I felt about death, how I felt about politics, how I felt about love or hate or whatever. I was just like rapping to show that I had the skill of rap. You know, you get to this point where it's like, are people listening? Are people feeling me? And it's like, why do people love, you know, whoever? Like, why do people love Tupac? Why do people love whoever? I can't even think of nobody else. Jay-Z, whoever, right? And it's, you know, and then and talking and creating Rose Gold and sitting down with my man KT and my man Mark, we would have like these real life conversations with each other, and we in the studio and we talking about like our fathers, you know, we talking about our parents and our relationships with our significant others, our, you know, our upbringings and all this stuff, and so all of this stuff, and then around that time, like shortly before that, a couple years before that, my father had passed, right? So a lot of things that, like, if you would have asked me before he died or around the time he died, we didn't have the greatest relationship. So I was like, if you would have asked me, like, if your father died, what would it be like? I would have been like, it would be like another day. But then when it happened, everything flipped, and that's all I talked about. That's all I rapped about, and it was always, and I, you know, and you never want to have that feeling of like, I should have, or I wish I would have, you know what I'm saying? So we would have these conversations in the studio, and then you know, it was like one of those real conversations. I'm talking to my man Mark and his wife Sanam and a couple people in the studio, and they like, I said, what do you, as an MC, you love me as an MC, you like me as an MC. What do you feel that you're missing from me as an MC? And they was like, I know you exactly, but it's exactly what I wanted. They said, I know you can rap and I know you got the talent, but I feel like I don't know you. I know you because I know you, but if I'm just listening to your music, I don't know that you love people. I don't know that you hate or don't particularly are not a fan of J. Cole. I'm not saying J. Cole is cool. I just, whatever. So, but whatever. Like, I don't know these personal things about you, right? So then with this whole album, I was like challenged to do those things. Another big story. I have a song on my album that's about my father. It's called "What's Happening, Brother." It started off as a song about a female, right, that I just met. It was a dope song. So I came home, and but the song is, my father was into music at one point. Back in the day, he did some work with Ronnie McNair, like a legend, from Pontiac or whatever. So I found that day. I never knew that until after he passed, right? So I found the record. I had KT sample it. I'm like, yo, this is the coolest shit ever, dog. Like, this is a story we could tell. So I come home, I laid a verse about these females and how I'm so Mac Daddy-ish and shit. And I come home and I play it for Marv, Denon, maybe Royce was in there, Kid Vicious was in the studio. So I tell the story like, yeah, man, my father, blah, 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 he passed. I never knew he made a song, and he worked on music. And then I played the song for him, and they was all in the studio like, how do you tell that story and it's not about your father, bro? And I'm like, man, I don't want to think that deep. I don't want to go there. And they was like, well, stop telling the fucking story, right? So I'm like, well, I have to tell a story because that's what makes sense. So and then I went back to KT and he was like, yeah, I was kind of thinking that, but I didn't want to, try to alter your thoughts or whatever. But so then that's a magical song. That's something that it's a special song, you know what I'm saying? And it helped me get through a lot of things. Honestly, when I was writing it, I thought I wasn't going to be able to record it just off of pure emotion and shit. But just things like that is like something that is, as I grow older and as I get kind of more into my craft and not really giving a fuck what people think, I'm starting to do that more, and it's like I'm elevating and I'm growing. And I like I said years ago, I'll do this music thing. I could be old and gray, but as long as I feel like I'm getting better or I'm pushing it to the next level, then I'm gonna keep doing it. I came from a big group called Subterraneous, right? And then I was in a subgroup of the sub, so many subs, called Octane and Elite. I was Octane, and then my partner was Elite, Toronto, one of my favorite MCs of all time. So I was like, man, why are these motherfuckers not listening to us, man? What is it? What is it about Marv 1 that people just are all into, right? So I said, and part of my thinking at the time was, well, maybe it's because I'm not from Detroit. I'm from Pontiac, and people got this Detroit thing, and they like, yo, I fuck with Detroit rappers, and you're not from Detroit, right? So I said, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to start trying my best to do songs with these guys to show that I'm just as good as them, right? That was my whole thing. So I said, I'm going to do a song with Guilty Simpson, who's my favorite, and it's one thing where it's like, it wasn't like I know I'm better than him, because I'm not saying that I'm better than him. I'm saying that I'm just I'm just as listen toable as these guys, right? So I said that's my whole focus, right? And I'm going to pick who are my personal favorites, who I know are better than me, because I'm not even a rapper. I'm not even all this I'm talking. I'm a DJ. That's the first and foremost. I'm a DJ. So I'm going to pick my favorite rappers throughout the city of Detroit, and I'm going to do a song with each and every one of them. And I'm going to show the world that I can be on a track with them and sustain, right? And it literally went all the way up from whoever to, I got one of my biggest accomplishments. I don't even remember who told me this, but somebody I got a song with Royce on the album, and somebody said, "Yo, you was rapping on that motherfucker like Royce was on there," and I said, "That's all I needed." Because that's what I was doing. Like, and at the time where I wrote it, I didn't even know Royce was gonna be on the song. And the fact that somebody said like, "Yo, they're basically saying you're going so crazy at a level of somewhere near Royce." What else are we even talking about? What are we talking about? If you say I'm anywhere near that level where you could compare me to that man, come on, bro. I could stop right now. You know what I'm saying? So the artist that you know as Roast Spit is no longer, right? You'll never ever see another Roast Spit album. The only thing that you will see from me is feature verses. I guess that's Roast Spit, but you never see a Roast Spit album. It's Rose Gold, RSXGLD. It's Rose Gold to the end. Once I never do another Rose Gold album, I am a retired man, and I can go cook on my grill. I just bought a grill with a smoker, and I make some amazing salmon. Oh my God! Listen. When I get done rapping, I'm going to make salmon, shrimp skewers, lobster tails, grilled vegetables, and all beef hot dogs. And what else is and asparagus. That's all I need to do. I can do that for the rest of my days until I wither away and die.